All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of GAR Capital. It is March 28th, 2024 on a Thursday. Glad to be with you this morning. Every morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and like these videos. Really do appreciate it. As always, we're trying to get to 10,000 subs. That starts with you hitting that like button and make sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. Weekly video coming out this week. We're going to recap the week, even though it was a short holiday week. I was out of town. Two of them, but I don't feel like I missed much, to be honest. So we got a couple of things to go over, preview the next week. That'll be the first new week of the quarter, second quarter, and first week of the new month. So April 1st starts on Monday. March 31st starts on Sunday. So today is officially the end of the quarter. Now, why do I repeat that? Because I do believe today we'll probably get some end of month, end of quarter buying. And the reason I say that is because we had a nice green candle on the S&P and the NASDAQ towards the close. And it seems to be either A, we had some short covering, meaning the bears just covered their short positions, or the bulls are coming back with some fresh cash ready to buy starting April, right? Spring buying season. Well, that's usually with real estate, but we will see if that translates to the stock market. So there's a couple of great stats that I'm going to go over on the weekly video as well. We'll recap the quarter. We'll recap the month. What a crazy month it's been. What a crazy quarter it's been. And I'm very proud of the work that we've done. I'm going to go over it all. So you guys don't miss anything. Make sure to hit that notifications button so you don't miss it. Let's get started. Dow futures are up 35 points. NASDAQ's down 2. S&P is flat. The Russell's up 0.20%. Let's go to the Russell. Yes, the Russell. Top 10 stock of 2024, mind you. Nice day yesterday. Nice pop. And I'm getting a Discord phone call. No idea why. There you go. Sorry about that. Good morning, Ayush. Okay, so let's go to weekly. And you could see, again, that breakout on the IWM Russell 2000 on the weekly. Let's see if we get above 2147. 2147.50. Again, that's your 38.2 fib line. We're going to go and create an alert. We'll do 48. How's that? So these are for my features, guys. If we do break that, we can do the Russell long here, and then you could target as high as 22. But again, this is a weekly chart, so you need to kind of expand it a little bit. Starting to hit at least 2-year highs on the Russell. So getting there, looking pretty good. We'll see if we get that break. Reminder, tomorrow the market is closed for Good Friday. But we will have some PCE numbers, and Powell will speak tomorrow. So we'll keep you guys up to date on Twitter and, of course, the live market blog on Discord. I'll be on tomorrow for any news, sending it out and all that good stuff. IWM is run similar to RTY. Next target is 213.43. If we want to go ahead and wait for that break, we'll place an alert together. That's that fib line. I'll put it at 29 just because, so I can get a little bit of space between that fib line here. So 213.26. I have 213.29. If that breaks, we're going to go ahead and start taking a look at IWM. That will be part of the watch list this week. I like PayPal. I like IWM this week. So we'll go ahead and go over that on the weekly video as well. PayPal, the reason I say that, I had an investment club member ask about it. So I took a look at the chart, had my alert at 68. Hasn't broken yet. Once it does, we can target 72 for that daily gap fill there. So looking pretty good. Oil futures. If you guys remember, we played XOM with premium members. We played XLE with Masterclass, or excuse me, XOM for Masterclass, XLE for premium. Here's XLE today. Looking pretty good. We talked about this setup in crude oil. In energy. Downward break, downward break, downward break. Here we are, not resistance. 94.71 breaks. We can have a conversation about continuing higher. But as of right now, again, I talked about this last week. Start taking the profits on energy. That, XLE, at least on XLE, start taking some gains because that was a nice trade. XOM still has some room to 120. Fair enough. Let's see if we can break above 115.79. I still have a runner masterclass students for XOM, that XOM long. We're in the money too. So great trade. XOM still has room to run. XLE, which is XOM is the biggest part of, looks like it's hitting some R. some resistance. So CVX, we need to break 157.50. You can add that to your watch list. Energy is still like a little more, at least on CVX and XOM, but XLE looks like it's hitting some R unless that breaks out. 157.50, that breaks on CVX. We're looking at 166.18. Focus on 165 level for some calls. Buy some time. Obviously, be smart. Don't go crazy with this chop. That's why this week we've been very relaxed. The members have been very chill because we got until April 19th. All this chop and all this noise on our positions, fair enough. Let's pivot to DraftKings. I know, DraftKings, yesterday, we had it. We had it, guys. You were with me on the morning note, and then right at the open. Look at this. I mean, what can you do? What can you do, guys? But luckily, we do have time. So let's take a look at it. Got that channel. That's perfect. The only saving grace here from yesterday I took as a positive was that we stayed above the 20-day. At least that. We're up pre-market at 46.05. Get above 46.50 or so. We should be okay. That's back above that channel. Then we could target 50 again. I think DraftKings to 50 is inevitable. The question is when. That's all. It's all about when. It's all about timing. And we were right there yesterday. We were 28% right at the open, and then we flipped. So hindsight being 2020, we could have closed it and taken that W for the week. That would have been 5 weeks in a row undefeated. Unfortunately, we didn't catch that. We still have it open for April 19th. We'll just have to wait that out for now. But we do have a candidate today for our win of the week. That would be Google. Google needs to break 153.20. It just filled its daily gap. We can remove that now. And you can see once it breaks 153.20, and if we stay in this channel, which we've broken down before, but dip buyers have come in, 160 is a possibility on Google. So Google needs to be on your watch list too. Google looking pretty good, but I'm already in. Let's take a look at some questions here. We talked about crude oil, gasoline. Gold is up 1%, 22.33. Silver's up 0.15. Bitcoin's up 71,550. Yes, I have BITO. And yes, weekends are for crypto, so I'm not really worried about it. In terms of the land of Forex, euro dollars, rather flat, 14 pips. 150, 125, down 6 for the dollar yen. Keep an eye on the dollar yen. It's a lot of short positions on the yen. That means dollar yen could fall. But I still have a target fill above 150, 193 if we get there. That's kind of what I'm looking for a break. But we haven't got there, unfortunately. So if we get below 150, maybe we can trade it down. But we will see what we get in terms of dollar yen. Questions and answers. Micron. Micron actually wrote on the watch list this week that I wanted to short it. I didn't short it, obviously, but good thing I didn't. And you could see here, we do have a massive gap to fill at 96.91. So again, nothing against Micron. We traded Micron a couple weeks ago. So again, looking great. You have to break 122. I mean, the matter of the fact is that it's just at all-time highs. And this is a tough one to chase right now. So we're going to have to wait this one out for Micron. And Micron is a stock that we have traded back in the day when it was like at $10, way back in the day. This is in 2017? 2018 was right around 10, $12. It was a cheap stock to trade. It was like 25 cents per contract. Good times, good times. What's your level for SPY calls? SPY's already at all-time highs. So, I mean, what are we trying to do? I guess break above 524.11. That's the all-time highs. And then you can go long. But I don't see much edge there. I think the best bet is to take a look at the individual names rather than the indices right now. Do you think it's worth buying puts on Micron? No, not yet. Enphase, once it starts breaking alerts, yeah. Enphase, has anything broken on Enphase? No, not really. I mean, you're above the 50 and the 20, but you got to get above 140, and then we could target that daily gap at 165 on Enphase. Let's take a look at Tesla. Masterclass took their Tesla calls. Congratulations this week. So at least somebody got some money. 186.55 is the target for the next gap fill on Tesla. In order to get there, well, you're going to have to before you do anything, you got to wait for that gap fill, 186.55. But the big money here, the money target is 206. That's really what we're looking for. And again, you're still holding that 160 support. That 160 support is holding up at least now. And Apple as well, which had a nice day yesterday, but still needs to get above 163.67. 173.67 is the number, excuse me. They delayed the foldable phone to 2027. So again, it's just headlines after headlines after headlines with Apple, just anything to beat it down. We had the similar kind of view with Tesla when we had puts, if you guys remember, but it held that 160 support. I think Apple holds that 170 support as well. I think it stay long Apple unless it breaks below, and that's it. Meta for calls. Let's see Meta. Anything special here? Meta below 455, we have a gap to fill at 401. So just be careful there. 523 being the highs. I mean, do we really want to get into anything here in the hourly? It's chop. You're pretty much flat. So you got to get above 520 or so, 523 to really do anything on Meta for calls. Google, I do have long. Yes. And we talked about that earlier. And again, we need to get above 153.20. I'll write that again on the pre-market plan for premium. Citibank, Masterclass took advantage of this one. Those 60 calls for September are in the money and up a bag. So that was a tough hold for Masterclass and all of us. So we know it wasn't easy. Next target is right around 67 if we see volume. Again, I'm not going to add any more risk here for premium members until we get something off the board. But Citibank and the banks, I mean, I've been saying it. Banks, energy, small caps, those guys are going to get those rotations. And that's why we've been trading them. One thing is just to have analysis, but we've been trading Citibank. We traded Bank of America last week, XLE, XOM with Masterclass. I mean, the analysis, at least we follow through on them. We just don't say, see, I told you, and don't do anything about it. We make sure to tell you what's moving in the markets. And keep in mind, guys, the stock market is just like any other market. Just pretend stocks are like sneakers at a sneaker event. We're telling you what sneakers are in demand. Yeah, those are nice sneakers. Yes. Whatever stock is a great stock, but right now, not everyone wants it. NVIDIA, perfect example. Yesterday pulled back. Does that mean NVIDIA is a bad company? No, it just means that, hey, stocks move up and down. So really resistance, for example, on NVIDIA is $1,000. So once you really break 1,000, that's really going to be that level where we continue. But as of right now, I think we kind of consolidate between like 850, 900, and 1,000. So if you're writing like 1,000 calls as a call writer, as an option writer, you're going to make that premium as long as it stays below there. But looking at that way, it's very similar to DraftKings. It's above the 20-day. Again, pullbacks happen on NVIDIA. This is healthy. We need pullbacks on these names. Can't just go to the moon forever. Not smart. Not good. That's unsustainable. Are you still in Goog? Yes, we are. We are still in Goog. ADBE. Adobe. Breaking down a little bit, but you do have an upside gap to fill. Right here's your target, 440. I think if you can get to 440, that might be a good spot to possibly maybe add a little bit of shares here. But when it comes to cloud companies, guys, I think keep it simple. Amazon and Microsoft. You don't need 9 different cloud companies. You don't need 25 semiconductor companies. This is usually where people get hurt, is where they over diversify into a sector or a theme or an idea. Stick to the top 2. So if you want to buy a soda pop company, buy Coca-Cola and Pepsi, the top 2. I like that kind of view in terms of sectors and themes rather than let's just own 20 of the semiconductors. Remember when crypto started booming back in 2020, 2021? Altcoin season. But stick to Bitcoin and Ethereum, the big boys. Those are the ones that are going to stand the test of time. Yes, there's many other coins. They're probably doing great. But again, understand the risk. And again, nothing wrong with Adobe. I just think Microsoft and Amazon, if you're trying to invest in cloud, is better off, in my opinion. I think you're going to get more stability and a lot more diversification of the company rather than just being at a Salesforce.com or a Snowflake, in my opinion. Now, again, there's different flavors for everybody. But that, again, nothing wrong with Adobe. I'd rather trade it in that sense than rather own it. So trading is fine. Owning, that's up to you. Again, I think Microsoft and Amazon is better. What Google contracts are we in? So let's take a look at Google. Actually, I'll bring it up on the blog. Here is the signals. We have Google, the 155 calls for April 19th. So you can see here is our premium signals. Here's our live market blog with all the info that you need to start your day. Same as BITO instead of Mara Riot. Yeah, BITO is the one I like. Again, we don't need to trade Mara anymore. Now we have Google ETF if we just want to track Bitcoin. Remember, Mara and Coinbase and Riot. Those were our Bitcoin proxies because we didn't have a Bitcoin ETF. So what could we do? How other way could we track Bitcoin if we wanted to trade it in options? Now we have BITO. Mare's old news, man. I'm not worried about that. I'm going to focus on BITO. We got to get above 34. Microsoft, Ryan was asking. Let's see, Microsoft, anything clean about them? No. I mean, you got a still upward trend, but nothing really special. You can own it, obviously own it. But in terms of trading, got to get above the highs, 430. And once you do, well, to the moon, right, Alice? I assume. Starting to get a little bit of a bounce on DraftKings. That was a tough hold. Google starting to push a little higher. We got to get to 153.20. And Apple, let's see if we get to 173.67. Again, I fully expect that we're going to go higher today. I think we kind of get that spring fever, end of March rush of buying. And the reason I say that is because of this 1 hour candle towards the close. Again, market is closed tomorrow for Good Friday, but Powell speaks tomorrow and we have core PCE numbers. That number will be out on our live market blog and on Twitter. If you are interested in joining, make sure to go to our website, www.gar.capital. I'll type it with you. And I'm going to go ahead and expand this for y'all. Click on access our Discord, scroll down, get free plan. That'll get you to here, our live market blog. Again, free for all. That is not going to change. We hope to see you there, guys. Let me see if I can move this over. Sorry about that. All right. I think I had one more question. What's the difference between Goog and Google? There's just Class A and Class B shares. I just do Goog because, well, what's wrong with an extra G? You know, you just pick one and go. I mean, I just go by the volume, to be honest. So there's not really much of a difference. But guys, we'll leave it there. Have a great rest of your weekend. Again, make sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss our video recap of the week and our watch list coming up this weekend as well. So enjoy your long weekend. We have 3 days. Monday will be April 1st. New quarter, new month, new money. Let's get it. Hope to see you guys on Monday. Let's rock and roll. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like these videos, turn on notifications. Don't forget. And I will see you guys later. Cheers all.